the federal capital at the national level. So, feels like incredible. I wish you would send us your thoughts on the debate so far. Has it been for you? Enjoying all of the argument from the student back and forth. We're in the quarterfinals, the round. Well, if I put it this way, you think, okay, we're wrapping up. Well, it's the round of 8.
Yeah.
And yesterday, we had 2 sets on the round of 8 in which Excel scaled through to the
finals.
Yeah. Is it the finals or quarterfinals? Because we always have the round of 4, then the last 2.
This is the semifinals. Okay, so the quarterfinals before we get to the finals.
So,
right?
He scaled through the semifinal. He's going to get to the semifinals. Then the finals. The semifinals is the last 2 sets, 4 people who face off with each other.
Okay.
Then the finals,
and then
the last 2
okay.
who face off with each other. So yeah, Excel scaled through, Cindy scaled through, and we have 2 of them who will try their hands at it today and tomorrow. 1 set each for each day, and whoever wins gets to face people like Excel and Cindy eventually on Monday. So welcome to another edition of I Beg to Differ debate here in the Federal Capital. My name is Kimberly.
And my name is Swats.
Yeah.
Welcome on board.
Delectable Swat. A lot of people were asking after yesterday.
Yeah,
I'm glad you're here.
That little scare, right? But
Yeah.
I'm back and very, very strong today. Thank you for the concern, and thank you for all of you who reached out.
All right. And our judge is Dr. Majid Dahiru. You know him very well. He's a researcher. He's a columnist, the tech team leader of Luke's Terra Leadership Foundation. He's our regular Nigerian for every Wednesday on the roundtable. Also, Irene Bangwell, who is the teacher. She's a co-founder of NOSC 100 Naira a Day School in Kuje, the federal capital, and she's also a girl coach. They're the ones helping put the numbers together and give us the verdicts. Yes, our returning officer, according to Joshua Dalumo yesterday, is Elefizi. He's the returning officer who brings the result to us here in the studio from the judges' quarter eventually. So are you ready, Abuja, for today?
I'm sure Abuja is ready.
All right, then. So the motion for today is on the national anthem. Nigeria, we hail the anthem. Is it a reflection of our identity?
Okay, so I think the topic properly is Nigeria, we hail thee fosters national unity.
Yeah, okay. Thank you very much. Nigeria, we hail the anthem. Fosters national unity. Unity, I beg your pardon, is the motion they'll be debating on. And we've got 2 of our debaters who scaled through the playoff, the round of 16, who are with us in the studio. Jeremy Uday, 14-year-old from Rabeto School in Wusetu. Hi, Jeremy. How are you? Yeah.
We'll need you to speak into the mic, Jeremy, so you might want to come closer.
I'm good.
All right. Yeah, I know that Jeremy, we've been told, he's a tad under the weather, but he's managed
doing
to put
his
himself together.
usual wave, Hello.
He's got a lot of fans watching, I guess.
Oh, definitely.
And we have Chimerenma Eberebe from Valid Ella Modern School. She's 13-year-old. You're welcome.
Good to see you again. How are you?
Fine.
All right. You're all ready, yeah?
I know you're in the middle of exams, so I it's a little curious when they say they're writing exams and they're prepping for debate. So a lot is going on in your world right now.
That must be a lot of hard work, but I'm sure you're ready.
Not really.
Oh.
I really don't have a lot of things to do at home, so.
Okay. so
you
it was
have
that
time.
easy.
Yeah.
All right. I like that.
Good. All right, then. So you have our 2 debaters, Jeremy and Chimerenma, who are ready for the day. And you know the motion, what it is. Let's get to find out what side they would be arguing on. Remember, our tradition is to make them pick their sides in the studio. So we don't prep them as to, you're supporting or you're begging to differ. They get to find out what side they will be on when they get into the studio.
Definitely.
So we're going to do that.
And in this paper wrapped is 2 sides. One is I beg to differ, and one is supporting the motion. So we'll be giving to Jeremy to make the first pick. Then Chime would take the last. Okay.
Just to remind the debaters and the listeners and the viewers of what this is about and how the judges will go about it. It's important that we reel it out every now and again. That there will be 3 rounds: the presentation, the rebuttal, and the closing. If we have a tie, we'll get to the tiebreaker, where they'll be given 5 more minutes to give us new argument and new point, perhaps new energy. And the judges will look at numbers, the quality of their presentation, the originality of unique point made, their clarity of thought and eloquence of their presentation. They would also look at the number of opponent points that is addressed in the rebuttal. They will look at the strength of the rebuttal of each point and clarity of thought and eloquence of the presentation. So you don't think it's on one thing alone. There's a broad spectrum of what they'll be evaluated on, and keep an open mind.
It was quite impressive yesterday to hear a lot of people, commending our judges for an impartial work. So that gives some sort of credibility. Thankfully, a lot of people have been following up to listen to the quality of debates, arguments presented on each side, and indeed, they agree that all the choices made so far have been free and fair. And I guess Nigeria Info is going to be a case study for probably the next election. If you want to learn, please, we'll be glad to have you come study us. Okay.
All right. Just to remind you of who our debaters are, we've mentioned them. Jeremy faced off last week with Yemisi Makinde and he scaled through with 26 points. And Chimerenma Eberebe faced off with Favor Amata last week and scaled through with 25.5 points. So it's almost a close tie in terms of the points.
Yes.
That scaled them through the round of 16. We're going to see how they perform today. So are you ready? Are you both ready?
Yes.
All right then.
Why are you guys not I need to hear confident voices. Are you ready, Jeremy?
Yes, I am ready.
Chimerenma, are you ready?
No.
You're
Why?
not. Why?
I'm trying to put everything together in my mind.
You're trying to.
Yeah, I was hoping to get opposite. So.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you were hoping to get
You were hoping
opposite.
to get, but I'm sure you must have prepared for both sides, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So,
Okay, ready.
So what did you get?
I support the motion.
All
okay.
right.
Jeremy,
Begs
I
to
beg
differ.
to differ.
you beg to differ. All right, don't worry, you'll be doing just fine because I'm sure you prepare for both sides.
Yes.
I'm sure you guys are conversant with the rules. Kimberly has read it out, and we will get started. Is that right, Kimberly?
Yeah.
Okay, so Chimerenma, you start with supporting the motion, and remember you have 3 minutes to go to marshal out your points within the
Okay.
to marshal out your points within the 3 minutes allotted to you. Your time, Chimerenma, to support the motion, Nigeria We Hail the Fosters National Unity, starts now.
Good day, moderators, respected opponent, ardent listeners, and esteemed judges. My name is Chimerenma Eberebe. Today, we're here to discuss a crucial aspect of our national identity, our national anthem, if it can foster a sense of national unity or identity. It is only fitting that today's age is met with a better anthem that better represents Nigeria's change and progress, which is what I would like to discuss. Firstly, what is national identity? National identity is a sense of belonging, connection, and loyalty felt by an individual towards their country, nation, or state. And does this national anthem, is this new, old? So national anthem foster national identity and unity? It does, because that's why I choose to support it. Firstly, better representation. The national anthem, Nigeria We Hail Thee, better represents our national diversity, our cultural differences, and brotherhood. This national anthem, Nigeria We Hail Thee, better represents Nigeria's values like peace, progress, and unity, which is what we need today as everyone is scattering abroad, and Nigeria is becoming more and more disunitized also. Secondly, it was well sought out by Nigerians. Nigeria We Hail Thee was our very first national anthem after we gained independence, and a global-wide competition was held in 1959 where the panel of judges were 6 core Nigerians who were given the responsibility to decide who gets to sing our national anthem and who gets the opportunity. Nigeria We Hail Thee is a better fitting national anthem in our age today, because he has words like, though tribes and tongue may differ, in brotherhood we stand. And this is very much what we need to see today. And that is why I believe Nigeria We Hail Thee better represents our national unity and identity. Lastly, cultural differences. Nigeria We Hail Thee talks about tribes and tribes. Nigeria We Hail Thee talks about tribes, which is who we are, for say, and it gives us a sense of ownership of our country. Nigeria We Hail Thee was able to express our differences and a new, free, and well-born Nigeria.
The time is up.
All right. Chimerenma Eberebe there, 13-year-old, gave it the best that she could at her presentation on Nigeria We Hail Thee, the anthem.
She just kept on going
Fosters
and going
national
and going
identity.
and going up until when the time elapsed. But that was a good attempt, though.
Yeah. All right, so we've had our presentation. Remember, each stage, it's 3 minutes until we get to the tiebreaker, if we do get there. So she's got her 3 minutes. It's now for us to hear from Jeremy Ude, who begs to differ. He doesn't agree that the national anthem, Nigeria We Hail Thee, fosters national identity.
All right, Jeremy, you would differ in 3 minutes, and your time starts running now.
The moderator, panel of judges, and the ever-attentive listeners anywhere in the world, good afternoon. I feel really excited to be back on this round of I Beg to Differ. And I am Jeremy Ude from Rabeto Schools, Wuse to Abuja, and I beg to differ that the Nigeria We Hail Thee represents our national identity. While it is often said that a national anthem represents a nation, there are unique controversies about this particular anthem's ability to represent our national identity. Without further ado, the following are my points. My first point is that it was written by a foreigner. I'm not trying to sound racist or anything, but yes, it was written by a foreigner. You could go to a bunch of nations abroad like the USA, the United States of America, Britain, and they all have their anthems written by their own citizens, which shows that they really understand it, because they're the people who were born on this soil, spoke and tilled the land, so they will understand it better than anyone else. My second point is that it had a very poor infrastructure when it was made. When the national anthem was made, it was made during the time of 1960, the time of independence to 1978, but it wasn't that useful because during that time interval, 1967 to 1970, a civil war broke out, which took the lives of 500,000 to 3 million people. Till date, some people still mourn about it, and it is a serious problem in Nigeria. So what's to say that if it was to be brought into our modern day society, that it will change anything? Finally, it doesn't truly show who we are. Nigeria as a nation stands for unity and progress, peace and peace. So,
Are you okay?
give me a moment. So Nigeria stands for unity and faith, peace and progress. So when the national anthem was made, it was made to stand for our independence and how we come from different places. But with the current situation of Nigeria, that's not how it is. In Nigeria now, we're struggling with having the rights to even choose our leaders, fuel subsidy, and harsh economic realities. But back then, things were a little bit easier. But now we have to struggle with even waking up alive, and with the current aspect thank you.
Okay. All right. Just when I was about to ring the bell, you actually said thank you. So I guess
Yeah.
That's
All
it.
right. Used up his time, and I know I've been told that Jeremy is a little under the weather, so I'm sure he's doing his best to scale through this debate at this point in time. We'll go on a very quick break just before we get to the rebuttal, just to be sure that the debater is fit for the next round of the debate. And then we'll come back to continue from where we left off. I Beg to Differ Abuja edition of it is sponsored by PressPay NG, 3J's Restaurant and Hotel, and Cultifly Travels and Tours.
I Beg to Differ. Going back.
Abuja, get ready for I Beg to Differ debate.
I feel optimistic to lend my voice, especially at this challenging time when indiscipline in schools reigns supreme.
This is Nigeria Info.
Nigeria Info.
This is Nigeria Info. This is Nigeria Info.
Nigeria Info.
This is Nigeria Info. This is Nigeria Info.
Nigeria Info.
This is Nigeria Info. This is Nigeria Info.
Nigeria Info.
This is Nigeria Info. This is Nigeria Info.
Nigeria Info.
Nigeria Info. This is Nigeria Info.
Nigeria Info.
This is Nigeria Info. This is Nigeria Info.
Nigeria Info.
This is Nigeria Info.
Play on Nigeria Info FM, Abuja.
Students are becoming over-reliant in AI tutoring systems.
The competition is here and they are ready for the showdown. The winner wins 1 million naira and participates in the grand finale with students from finalists around the country. Be part of the debate through sponsorship. Call John on 0803700 3120.
In conclusion, AI isn't all good or bad. It depends on how we use it.
And now we are back on I Beg to Differ.
Yes, we are. And the debate continues. We're done with the first round, which is the presentation by the two debaters, Chimerenma Eberebe and Jeremy Ude. We're now on the next one, which is the rebuttal. If you're just tuning in, you already missed their 3-minute presentation each. And please don't forget that this is powered by PressPay NG, 3J's Restaurant and Hotel, and Call to Fly Travels and Tour.
And thank you to our online viewers, contributors. We really do appreciate you guys. We're streaming live on our Facebook page, Nigeria Info FM, and also our YouTube page, which is Nigeria Info FM. You can just check us out and leave your comments for the kids. We'll get to read them in due course. Now, we'll get on to the second phase, right? And that is the rebuttal. We'll be starting with you, Chimerenma. You ready? Okay. So you know you have 3 minutes. And your time starts running right about now.
My fellow opponent mentioned something about the national anthem, Nigeria We Hail Thee, was written by foreigners. In retrospect, a global wild competition was held in which 6 judges were supposed to pick the best entry. We had more than 3,000 entries for this national anthem to be picked. Coincidentally, 2 British women won it, namely Lillian Jean Williams and Frances Bender. These 2 won this national and this competition, and we can't really say it was written by foreigners because Nigeria itself picked these 2 to take from their entry and make it our national anthem. It is not fit that we say written because it was written by foreigners. It does not really fit with our standards and our cultural heritage. And you said something that the lyrics doesn't fit with our independence and stuff, that you support the Arise O Compatriot. Originally, Nigeria We Hail Thee was our first and most official national anthem, which was sung with feelings of pride and nostalgia by our citizens until after the Civil War, where the military band introduced Arise O Compatriot. Originally, this change was not supposed to be made. That is why I don't believe that this national anthem does not foster unity. It fosters more unity because our elders sang it together as schoolboys with pride and the feeling that they finally got a new country. They have gained their independence. Nigeria was born with this national anthem, which had strong lyrics like though tribes and tongue may differ, in brotherhood we stand, and other things talking about how people should not be oppressed. This national anthem hates corruption, hates moral decadence. That is why I believe Nigeria We Hail Thee fosters national unity. I rest my case.
Oh, wow. Thank you.
All right. Chimerenma Eberebe rest her case.
She was able to, marshal out her points, at least with 45 seconds still remaining. But that's good enough, though.
All right, then. So it's time for us to turn now to Jeremy. Jeremy, it's time for your rebuttal. Are you ready?
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yes.
All right then.
All right, Jeremy, you have 3 minutes. It starts running now.
Thank you, the moderator. Still standing on existing protocol, I am Jeremy O'Day from Alberto Schools, Useto Abuja, and I am here to rebut on what my wonderful opponent has just clearly stated. Now, firstly, you made mention that back then, about 6 Nigerians went there to go vote on how the national anthem was going to be made. But do not forget that inside that conference, most of the people there weren't Nigerians. And in order to heavily understand what's happening in Nigeria, you have to be from Nigeria. That's how a foreigner cannot come to Nigeria and say that they understand Nigeria better than us. Even a child understands Nigeria better than them, because they have seen Nigeria with their own eyes, felt Nigeria with their own hands, and smelt Nigeria with their own nose. Now, secondly, you made mention you made mention to how the national anthem was sung by our elders, but that was back then. This is the 21st century. That was the 20th century, and it wasn't even as effective as it is right now, because Arise O Compatriot has even inspired Nigerians to do great things. And back then, all the old national anthem did was just take up space, because back then the Biafra war still happened, and it was a very huge war that escalated into the loss of many lives. And it's even a bit hypocritical. Inside the same anthem that you're praising right now, there's a phrase in it that we're going to hand over to our children a banner without stain. From green, white, green, that flag must have turned red because of the amount of blood that was shed during that time period. Now, on one of your points, you said I better represent Nigeria. But as I've clearly stated, how does it better represent Nigeria when it was written by a foreigner, Francis Berda from Britain, not Nigeria? Then, secondly, you said that it shows our cultural diversities and it also brings us together. If it brings us together, then how come back then there was a civil war which tore people apart? Even from my own standing, I am from Enugu. In Ogu, there's a place which is still trying to build itself back up from the civil war. And how can you sit down here and tell me that? Because even then, several people were crying. Even my own grandma was crying. Thank you.
Okay, Jeremy has.
All right, second round done, which is the rebuttal. We've heard from Jeremy Ude. The first person to take a go at the rebuttal was Chimerenma Eberebe. Chimerenma Eberebe has a look on her face like she's just thinking like, oh, my closing.
She can't wait, right? You know that when you get in the motion, you just don't want to stop.
I know. Sometimes you see the debaters, they're wearing a scowl on their face, like deep thinkers, like no time to smile until when it's over. And then you get to see them break out.
Then sometimes it might just be a tactics to tell the opponent, back off, man.
Yeah.
I got this.
But perhaps it's a strategy, because I saw it yesterday with some of the debaters. And then two of them, when they eventually won, they said smile like, so you can smile.
You can actually smile. But in the process, anyways, it's a combination of so many things. Maybe it could be tension, maybe it could be confidence, who knows? But we'll get to see at the end of the day.
All right. Yes, it's the round of 8 where we're at the quarterfinals. And we said quarterfinals yesterday, in which we had 2 sets go at the quarterfinals, in which Excel and Cindy scale through. They'll be going for the finals on Monday. We have Jeremy Ude, we have Chimerenma Eberebe in the studio trying for their place at the semi-finals on Monday. And they're taking on the motion about the Nigeria we hail thee, fostering national identity, fostering our national unity. Chimerenma Eberebe supports the motion that it fosters our national identity, while Jeremy Ude begs to differ. Was the Nigeria in for I Beg to Differ debate brought to you by PressPay NG, 3J's Restaurant and Hotel, and Call to Fly Travels and Tour. Let's go on a break. We'll be back for the closing.
I beg to differ. Going back.
Abuja, get ready for I Beg to Differ debate.
I feel optimistic to lend my voice, especially at this challenging time when indiscipline in schools reigns supreme.
People, especially students, have used this opportunity as an excuse to become lazy.
The premium brand debate of young stars exclusively on Nigeria Info FM, Abuja.
Students are becoming over-reliant in AI tutoring systems.
The competition is here and they are ready for the showdown. The winner wins 1 million naira and participates in the grand finale with students from finalists around the country. Be part of the debate through sponsorship. Call John on 08037003120.
In conclusion, AI isn't all.
Connection established.
All right. aka Go to Court, Big Willie says, today's topic is not surprising. Whatever point today's winner may put forward are merely academic, as they don't have anything to do with current realities in or ramification that his take. And yes, we do have a lot of people who are listening, who joined us virtually also on YouTube and Facebook at Nigeria Info, Abuja, YouTube and Facebook. Olachude Richard says, our kids are teaching us history. Surprised why she said she was not prepared initially. You both go far in life by the grace of God. Thank you, Nigeria Info, also to their teachers. He sent a prayer in Jesus' name. All right, thank you very much for that comment that you sent in. Innocent Wisdom is also watching us. We see you. You see Comsi, we see you. Sunday, we see you also. And now we're the finals, the closing of this particular round of debate between Chimerenma and Jeremy. You have 3 minutes each to give us your powerful closing.
Okay, so for the closing, I guess we need to have drums rolling, but we'll just stick to what we have. You have 3 minutes for your closing, Chimerenma, and your time starts running right about now.
Humble moderators and judges and my respected opponents. In conclusion, we can properly say Nigeria Wihildi better fosters feeling of national unity and identification because of the emotional connection it had with our elderlies. As they are getting fewer and fewer every day, it's better we remind them of the past when they loved Nigeria like no other, when they were happy, when they gained independence, when Nigeria was free and was like born again. We can't blame the civil war on them just because of this so-called national anthem was not really doing anything. The national anthem talked about unity in diversity, which is what we need to see and feel in this our current age, where nobody is sticking together, where everyone wants to do their own thing, and where political instability and insecurity reigns supreme. We need to all come together and know and sing this national anthem with pride and hope for a better Nigeria. This emblem that was God has blessed us with must be embraced instead of criticized. It must be met with joy instead of anger. And we must understand where our president is coming from, because he was a schoolboy when he was singing this national anthem with feelings of nostalgia and pride and joy. The military forced down Arise, O compatriots, down our throats, and which is not supposed to be there originally if the civil war did not take place. And by now we still have been singing Nigeria We Healthy. The lyrics which says no one shall be oppressed, I believe that. And once we sing it, we believe it. They say fake it till you make it. And if we keep singing this and believing in these lyrics, that is a Nigeria we're going to see in the possible future. Thank you.
All right, Chimerenma Eberebe reminded us of our president as a schoolboy. You know, I was trying to paint a mental picture. Were they wearing like short shorts back in the president's day?
My mind can't carry that thought. It's too heavy for me.
All right, thank you very much, Chimerenma Eberebe.
Done and dusted.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so
now,
let's get a closing from Jeremy Uday.
All right, and Jeremy, your time starts running now.
Thank you, the moderators, and to everyone that's been listening to me up to now, including the panel of judges. Now, you must not forget that you shouldn't fix what isn't broken. Nowadays, this is the digital age where we have people like Gen Zs Gen Alphas, and even an upcoming generation soon. You must not forget that that was then and this is now. This is the time where we need a true anthem to show who we are. This is a topic about our national identity, not the schoolboys or anything that's happened in the past. Though it was a nice time while it lasted, this is our time. Now, we must not forget that Nigeria as a whole stands for peace, unity, progress, and faith. Now, the Arise O Compatriot anthem truly showed that inside every stanza that was there, while the old national anthem actually talked mostly on the collectivity of Nigerians as well as their free-gained independence. Well, even now, we're not truly free because, as I have stated before, the state of the country is in a total mess, because back then people were complaining that when they tried to vote, they didn't get to vote fairly, that people oppressed them into voting. Even in schools, people are getting bullied. They're not getting to experience what it would be like to be free. Thank you.
All right.
Well, the timekeeper didn't have to ring her bell all through this debate, did you?
No, I think I did just one with Chimerenma.
All right.
Yeah,
then.
when she was just going on and on and on and on and on. You know.
All right, then. So there you have it. They've done their presentation. We had their rebuttal, and they have given us their best finishing, or their best finish on the closing for the debate, where they took on the motion, Nigeria We Hail Thee anthem fosters national identity. Does it or doesn't it? Well, that's what they looked at, with Chimerenma supporting that it does, and Jeremy Ude begs to differ that it does not, reminded us also of the Civil War during his argument. So we'll get to find out what the judges have to say. Majid Dahiru and Irene Bangwell will put the numbers together, and we'll get to see who goes to the semi-finals to meet up with people like Excel and Cindy, who are already waiting for them, and to take on the next set of topic. Remember, the prize money is 1 million naira, and the best four will represent the federal capital in Lagos for the national sometime this year. August, September will confirm the date to you and to them. They'll be representing the FCT for that debate, and that's where Call to Fly comes in, Travels and Tour, to ensure that we fly them to Lagos and make them as comfortable as possible. 3J's Restaurants and Hotel has ensured that they're as comfortable as they can get prepping for this debate, while Press Pay NG is our big supporter, ensuring that the financial support that is required for education and all is met. We want to appreciate all of them, to our judges, to you, to the debaters, as we wait for the final verdict from the judges. We'll get to see who goes to the semi-finals.
You know, with each round, with each passing round, you get to be more convinced that the people who are sailing through to the next round are actually worthy and deserving of it. I mean, because when you listen to them marshal out their points or bring out their points, you really know that indeed these guys are teaching us a whole lot. In fact, that's what Olatuja Risha said, that they are teaching us history. How many of us actually knew those guys who were picked out as the winners of that competition, as was revealed by Chimerenma?
Well, a lot of people did not bother to do all of those background studies and research.
So just admit it, you're learning a whole lot from.
Well, they have actually admitted that you're learning. Mokama Wilfred says, kudos to the debaters. We love you. Chinelo Okafo said they're both doing well. Feno Brown, thumbs up to the children. Nobo Bob Kiri says both of them are trying, but my question is, did the House of Assembly go through the last stanza before endorsement? They're now oppressing Nigerians, he wrote. All right. And Oluwayemisi Christiana said, good evening to you, Kim and Swat. I'm loving this. This little lady is going to make history, okay? They both tried, and I love the points that were made by them both. I support Nigeria We Hail Thee captures our diversity and call for brotherhood as much as in a time like this. I think something should be done on the sound. Ugochi from Central Business Area. I'm sure it's a lot better now. That has been fixed right now. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Kim, good afternoon to our moderators in the studio, Sister Swat. I hope you're doing well today. Please be strong. The Lord is your strength. I tell you, Nigeria Info is the best for bringing a very good program like this. No wonder thousands of people listen to you guys. Nigeria Info, this building nation, discovering talented leaders of tomorrow. I say you're the best. The children, they're so sound, so brilliant. Bookman from Airport Road sent that one in. Thank you so much for all of your comments and all. We would love to take phone calls while we're waiting for the judges to put their numbers together, but you have to keep it generic. We don't want you to mention who you think is winning or who you think should win and all of that. You can't make that call until we get the final one from our judges, but you can make a general statement about, the
Please,
debate.
Don't color the judges, the minds of our judges. Just keep it, like she said, generic.
Yeah.
Comment both of them and just throw in comments on how we can keep improving. I would really appreciate that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the number?
0700 951 0000 and 080 9597 4869 and 080 999 30137. That's the WhatsApp.
Let us also know what you make of the motion they're debating on today. You think it's a little tough above their head?
Indeed.
I doubt it.
Hello, good afternoon.
Hello?
Yes, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, the beautiful moderators. Baswad and Kimberly, Abokar calling you from Wawalada. What a nice debating forum. You are always bringing and encouraging the young minds to be great leaders. And one thing for most of us who belong to the school of thought that Arise of Compassion remains the best Nigerian national item. To have our ego being boosted by one of the speakers. We hope the current leadership will revisit the issue of returning us to Arise of Compassion. If not now, in the future, we are going to come back to Arise of Compassion. It's our best national item that promote feelings of patriotism, oneness. There are a lot of beautiful lines in the Arise of Compassion which cannot be highlighted just here. Thank you. You should keep it up. Thank you.
Thank you, Abokar. Thank you for your comment. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you.
Thank you. My name is Mondo coming from Usetsu.
All right, Monday, go ahead. Make your comment.
Yeah. Oh, they are truly the leaders of tomorrow. I'm so proud of them. But the major problem that we are having, the old one are not ready to quit and allow the younger generation to take over. Have a nice celebration. I'm enjoying it.
Okay, we appreciate you too. Thank you for listening. Hello, good afternoon.
Good evening. This is Victor, Airport Road.
Okay, Victor.
Look, my children, they are very good. Both of them, I like their presentation. They should keep the good work. But to me, I prefer this current national item that we're singing, Arise to Compete for, because as a 4-year-old boy, I sang that Nigeria will healthy. It didn't cut for me like this, Arise to Compete for. Have a nice celebration.
All right. Thank you, Victor, for the kind comments.
All right. While Victor was talking, our returning officer has returned. Returning, it was Joshua that put a proper tag to it. Went from Undertaker to everything.
Yes, from
He
Undertaker. We have now
returning officer.
Yes, returning officer El Afizi, the billionaire, taking his $1 billion
Has
steps.
returned.
Thank you very much. As I hand it over to Kimberly.
And sent in words from our judges, Majid Dahiru, researcher, columnist, and the tech team lead of Luke Stera Leadership Foundation, is well known, and Irene Bangwell, who is a co-founder of NOSC 100 Naira a Day School in Kuje. She's also
a girls coach.
Yeah. So we have the
final verdict
from our judges, and thanks to our sponsors, Press Pay NG, We Pay You Pay. Thanks to 3J's Restaurants and Hotel. Thanks to Call to Fly Travels and Tour. We'll see who goes to the semi-finals. Jeremy Uday, who begs to differ on Nigeria will heal thee, fostering national identity. For his presentation, 3. For his rebuttal, 4. For his closing, 3. His style of presentation, 11. And total aggregate, 21. Chimerenma Eberebe, who supports the motion. For a presentation, 5. For a rebuttal, 6. For the closing, 5. Her style of presentation earned her 15, and in total, she got 31.
So we have a winner.
Yeah,
that
for
is
this round.
Chimerenma Eberebe. Congratulations. How does that make you feel? You were not ready at first. Was that to show or was that real? Seriously.
I wasn't ready.
Yeah.
Are you sure? So how come you won?
I don't know. It's the rebuttal and conclusion that I was sure.
Yeah.
It's the introduction that I wasn't really sure of.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Congratulations. You did a good job. And Jeremy, congratulations. You put up a good fight as far as I'm concerned.
We literally, just to understand what Jeremy had to deal with today.
Yes.
We were told that Jeremy was in the hospital yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
As a matter of fact, he dragged himself here because we're ready to allow for his opponent that he debated with last week, who he won with just 0.05 to come in his place.
Okay.
But he said he was going to come. I heard you had an asthma attack last night. You had battling malaria. You sprained your ankle. So there's a whole lot that Jeremy has been dealing with.
Yes.
And you managed to show up here and give us your argument.
And you gave a good fight too.
Yeah.
So that's a good one.
Thank you very much. I hope the next time you show up for this debate or any debate.
I like that confidence. I like that.
I like this spirit a lot. He said he would win the next time he's here. There will be no asthma attack or anything to disturb you, all right? And we saw that you were struggling with your health during the course of the debate. Thank you for just putting up a good fight and showing us that in spite of it all, you can still make it here. Thank you very much and all the best. All right, we are done with the debate for today. We'll have another set tomorrow to wrap up the round of 8. The next time you find them, those who have scaled through, like Chimerenma, who will be joining Excel and Cindy, it will be at the semi-finals on Monday. We'll take 3 phone calls just to get your quick thoughts on this, and then we would wrap it up. 0700 951 0000.
Hello?
Hello, good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon. My name is Valiant.
Okay, you're welcome. Go ahead.
Yeah, I greet all of you in the studio there.
You're welcome.
Those girls, those students are doing LSD so much well. What the mature people like us cannot do. I always said English is being taught in secondary school, not in university. And that person that talked about Nigeria we hold it, in brotherhood we stand, is the best. What is brotherhood? Brotherhood means God. Brotherhood means Christ. Brotherhood means angel. Brotherhood means man. Brotherhood means animate and inanimate. Anything created by God is brotherhood. So the old national anthem that has been reverted will change things in Nigeria. It's just that we do not know the spiritual significance of in brotherhood we stand. Let us watch and see. Thank you very much.
Okay. Try to give us a spiritual perspective of
I've never
Nigeria Hilby.
seen that aspect of it.
Interesting. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon, the pressure panel of judges.
Good afternoon to you.
My name is Agbo Ebe.
All right, go ahead.
Welcome, Agbo.
I really want to appreciate this particular move by you guys there. And listening to these younger ones there, honestly, I'm so impressed. And it goes to tell us that I think we have a lot of brains that the world is waiting to, receive in the future. Now, having said that, I know the debate is over already, but someone like me, I don't think life is meant to be lived backward. We are supposed to be living life forward. If we talk about changing the national anthem, I can tell you for free, there are a lot of intelligent individuals out there that can even give you a better new national anthem instead of going back. So I'm not for the old one. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing your opinion on this.
All right. It's not for the old one at all, he said.
We have another caller. Hello, good afternoon. Hello.
Hello, good afternoon. Can you hear me?
Oh, yes, we can hear you loud and clear now. Go ahead.
Yes, Ebiola Ode, a.k.a. Positive Vibrations. I want to congratulate our very bold and gallant debaters for today. I think they have made us proud in many ways. Congratulations to them. They are all winners, and I encourage them for their efforts. Personally, I have always argued for the new national anthem. My reason being that if we go by the merit of the words, I think the winner really deserved it, and she argued along the correct lines because a rose by any name called will still smell just as nice. So for me, going on the sentiment of it was not written by a Nigerian and all of that is just one side of the argument. If we are looking at, for example, if your enemy says truth, it doesn't matter if it's your enemy. The truth is the truth, and regardless of where it's coming from, you may feel certain kinds of anger or resentment. If we are taking the merits of the case, I think yes, we have a national anthem that we can be proud of, regardless of how it is coming in or through what means. I would support this national anthem to such a time when we have one done by Nigerian that is way better than this. So I still congratulate the both of them. Thank you.
Thank you.
Right.
Positive vibrations. Appreciate that.
Thank you very much. And it's held a place for us to wrap it up for today. The last set of the round of 8 will be here tomorrow, and we'll get to prep them as they warm up for the semi-finals on Monday. Congratulations to Chimerenma Eberebe, who gets to the semi-finals for Monday. Congratulations to you, Jeremy Ude. He's a bold, valiant young man who says malaria, asthma cannot keep me down. I will be there. And he had time to give, thumbs up and peace sign to his fans
who are watching him online.
All right, thanks to our sponsors, PressPay NG, We Pay You Pay, for supporting us for this debate. Thanks to 3J's Restaurant and Hotel. Thanks to Call to Fly Travels and Tour for being our partners on this. A big thank you to our judges, Majid Dahiru and Irene Bangwell. We appreciate you and the entire amazing, fantastic I Beg to Differ team working behind the scene to ensure the success of this program. You all are incredible, and Nigeria will heal this. All
Nigeria.
I have to say to you.
God, are you trying to say that that's where you stand? Anyways, thank you guys for all the support. Thank you for the massive comments, the kind words thrown to them. I'm sure it will go a long way at encouraging them. And we'll be back again tomorrow, Kim, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So make it a date with us on I Beg to Differ tomorrow, where we have a different set coming to showcase their skill at debating. My name is Swats.
And I'm Kimberly.
God bless you.
This is Nigeria Info.